because of him, you know, I lost everything. I lost housing. I lost my job. I lost
Why do
my
you say
car.
because of him?
Because he,
Growing up, would you say that you had like a fairly normal childhood?
yeah, I would say
Good childhood?
it was so.
Tell me about it.
It had me crying. Really can't sit here and say, you know, what really was going on in my head, but I just felt like I was worthless. I felt like I had nobody.
So you kept going back type deal?
Yeah.
What was it that made you, because so many of our ladies do that, right? What is it that you made, what is it that you think that made you keep going back? What's up, YouTube? Man, shout out to everybody that shows love out here. I appreciate y'all. That keeps me charged up. Now back to the content. What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews out here with another one. So we got a young lady with us today. How you doing today, miss?
I'm okay.
All right. Yeah, so, I mean, how old are you?
I'm 39.
39, and so are you homeless?
At the current time, yes.
Okay. Yeah, you know, we were going to talk the other day, but you didn't want to do it the other day. So, you know, I'm interested to know kind of what was it that changed that made you want to do it now, but we'll get into all that. So, okay, so you're 39. You're currently homeless. How long have you been homeless?
It's been a while.
Like how long?
I would say 3 years.
3 years? And so what was it that happened 3 years ago that caused you to become homeless?
What caused me to become homeless, my mother ended up passing. And I'm not from Atlanta, so I ended up coming down to Atlanta with my children's father, and that was the worst mistake I ever did.
Okay, so how many kids do you have?
I have 7.
You say 7?
Yes.
Okay. And so how old is the oldest? How young is the youngest?
My oldest is 8, and my youngest is 4.
4?
Yes.
Okay, so there must be some twins in there?
Yeah, I got one son.
Okay, so the twins. Okay. Shout out to the twins. All right, and so, okay, same dad or different dads?
They got one dad. They got the same dad.
All the same, oh wow, same guy. Okay. So you guys was, okay, and you're 39, so you just started having kids in your 30s.
Yeah.
Okay, were you guys together before that?
Yes.
How long?
I would say 2 years, and we end up getting married.
Okay, are y'all still married?
No, I ended up divorcing.
Divorcing? Okay, how long ago?
It's been, I would say 2 years now.
2 years? Okay.
Well, I would say a year and a half.
Year and a half?
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost 2 years.
So, you know, so young lady, I'm gonna ask if you just, is there somebody that can maybe watch her real quick or something, or?
Go to the playground, baby. Go ahead. I'll be right here.
We're gonna keep an eye on her, but yeah. So, what was it that happened that caused you and your children's father, your, you know, ex-husband, to break up?
Domestic violence. I would say any woman that's going through it, get away.
How long had it been going on?
I would say it's been going on for 6 years.
So it was going on for a while.
Yeah.
Did you like ever call the police or anything like that?
Police was called. He ended up going to jail. You know.
Just for like a few days type deal, or for like a long time?
Say 9 months.
9 months? Wow. So at that point, there had probably been a few incidents of the police coming there?
Yeah.
Okay. Really sorry to hear about that. Okay. So, all right. Let's just, because how long have you been here in Atlanta?
I've been here since 2021.
So basically the 3 years that you're talking about.
Yeah.
So why'd y'all move down here?
He's from here. And I'm sorry. He's from here, and after my mother passed, and he wanted to come down here because he's from here. And when we came down here, that's when it went downhill from there.
Why? I mean, because it sounds like the domestic violence was already going on, right?
Yeah.
So what was it that happened about moving to Atlanta that made it go seriously downhill?
How can I explain it? I would say what really made it go seriously downhill is because he had family here. And when he was in New York, he didn't have no one, besides the family that I had. And I guess when he got around his family, he decided he could do whatever because he got one of the mothers that no matter what he do, if he's doing wrong, he's good in her eyes.
And so, what did he start doing? I mean, like, because
he got
he's more brazen about it, basically.
More physical, more controlling, more mentally abusive. Because at first it was more mentally and financially abusive, but then it started getting physical. And after that,
Okay. All right. So yeah, let's just start from the beginning. So, where are you from?
I'm from Syracuse, New York.
You from upstate? Hey man, my mom went to Syracuse University, man. Shout out! That's Syracuse, New York, man. Shout it out. Yes, sir. It's super cold, a lot of snow, all that good stuff, especially around this time of year. But all right. So, growing up in Syracuse, did you have both mom and dad in the household?
I just had mom.
Just mom. Was dad like active and present, or not so much?
No, I would say not so much.
Not so much. Okay. Did you have brothers and sisters?
I had 2 older brothers.
Okay, and so you was the baby?
Yes.
How much older was the closest brother to you?
I would say 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah.
Okay, so there was a sizable gap. So a lot, okay, I get that. So, all right, so, I mean, growing up, would you say that you had like a fairly normal childhood?
Yeah, I would say.
Good childhood?
It was so.
Tell me about it.
It had me crying. I was by my half brothers on my father's side. I don't claim them. I only claim the brothers that my mother had.
How much older were the half brothers?
I really don't know, and I really don't care.
What age did that happen?
I would say it was about 4.
Whew.
4 until I would say 9.
So it was going on for years?
Yes.
Was it just like molesting, or was it full-on penetration?
Full-on penetration.
They were
Started off molesting, then the penetration.
They were both doing it? What was going through your mind at that young age? What were you thinking? Like, what were the thoughts that were happening in your head when that was?
I was young, so I really can't sit here and say, what really was going on in my head. But I just felt like I was worthless. I felt like I had nobody.
Okay. What was it that made it stop happening when you were 9?
I stopped going around them. I stopped, interacting, like asking my mother, can I go over and see my father? So that stopped.
Did you ever tell anybody?
No.
Never?
No.
Why do you think you chose not to tell anybody?
For my safety. And it was like, I was young, so people thought like, well, my family was like the type, don't say nothing. They just sweep it under the rug, act like nothing happened. So I just decided never to tell nobody. Because I ain't had nobody, to actually really care.
I know that you said that your mom is passed now. What do you think would have happened if you would have told her?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing would have happened.
Why do you feel like nothing would have happened?
Because my mother really wasn't too fond of me. Me and my mother was not close like a mother and daughter should be. So,
Why?
I don't know. That's a question I never got to ask her. I never got to ask my mom why.
Is your dad still living?
Nah, he passed in 2022, a year after my mother.
Sorry to hear about that. How was you guys' relationship?
I really would say we never had a relationship because I really never got to know him like that.
Even though you used to go over this house when you was younger?
Yeah, he was like a roller stone.
Okay, so he was in and out,
Yeah.
there. I get it. Okay. Were these half brothers, were they significantly older than you, or were they just a few years older than you?
They were significantly older than me.
Are they still living?
I don't know. I don't conversate with that side of the family, so I don't know.
Would you like to tell us who they are?
Nah. I wouldn't even. No.
I guess I just feel like people should get, whatever they have coming to them, And the more that things like that get swept under the rug, I don't know. I kind of get sick of it because I hear so many of these stories. And after you've heard so many hundreds of women and young ladies telling you that this has happened to them, at some point you just kind of get disgusted, And I guess I'm at that point. I mean, are you sure you don't want to call these guys out?
Karma
I
will
get
get
it.
them.
Hey, listen, let's let the universe work. I get it. Okay, so your kids, we just saw one of them. We saw another one. Who do they live with?
Me.
Is your ex-husband homeless as well?
Technically, he's not.
He has a roof over his head every night and stuff like that?
He has places where he could go and people who he could call, but because of him, I lost everything. I lost housing, I lost my job.
Why do you say because of him?
Because he, really, it was really because of me. Because if I didn't leave him and stayed away, I wouldn't be going through this.
So you kept going back type deal?
Yeah.
What was it that made you, because so many of our ladies do that, right? What is it that you made, what is it that you think that made you keep going back?
Support. I ain't had no support system.
Ever, it sounds like. If that was happening to you at 4.
So I counted on him, to help out. And he took that and used that as his advantage. Bringing people in my house.
Women,
having friends over.
Well, I mean, having friends over is one thing, but
not the type of friends that, like people that, destructive. They want to tear up things.
Street guys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Let me ask, because I'm going to ask this question, right? I mean, you did choose him, and you didn't choose him when you was 14 to 15. You chose him when you was almost 30.
Yeah.
And so, why?
I think it was the charm. At first with abusers, they don't just come off as, abusive.
Right, they come off as charming, they love bomb, they do stuff like that. I get it.
Yeah, so I would say it was the charm.
Okay, I get that. Has there ever been any consideration to let some of the kids stay with him while you're going through this?
No.
Why not?
He's not the type of person I want my kids to be around. He's not a good fit.
I get that, but man, some people are gonna say, well, you had 7 kids with them. Like, I mean, if you didn't want them to be around them, you could have stopped having kids at some point, right?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I also want to protect my children too.
Well, I mean, I guess once you find out, that that's not the type of guy that you want around your kids, then I guess you move accordingly. So I get that. All right, well, I get that. Well, listen, I mean, what are we doing at this point to try to get ourselves out of this position?
I'm finna leave Atlanta. I'm going to my mother hometown, and I'm gonna start a new life.
Why have you stayed for, years? Because you say you've been homeless for years.
I've been struggling with the housing situation because of the amount of kids I have, and a lot of scammers. I've been scammed out of like thousands of dollars.
I say it all the time. People who watch the channel regularly hear me say it all the time. This is Scamlanta. All right, so if you haven't been scammed here, you ain't been here long enough. Okay, so and that's including people that's from here. Everybody gets scammed in some kind of way at some point. So I'm sorry to hear that happened to you. But okay, I get that. So well, listen. I mean, if anybody out there wanted to reach out, help, or donate, do you have a way they could do that? Do you have social media, Cash App, anything like that?
Yeah.
What you got?
I'm gonna have Cash App.
What's your Cash App?
Andreile, Andreile.
That's it? Just Andreile? Okay. Any Facebook, Instagram?
No.
No? All right. All right, well, listen, miss, we really appreciate you. What was it that made you decide to do the interview with me today?
Because even though you came to me and wanted me to tell my story, and I just want to, any woman that's going into a domestic violence situation, please leave. I don't care, just leave. It's not worth it to go back. Just find a way and get out as soon as you can.
Okay, so you just kind of wanted to get that message out there. I get that. All right, miss, well, like I say, we really appreciate you and definitely wish you nothing but the best out here, all right?
All right.
Make sure you have a good one, sweetie.
All right.
All right.